Hi, travel agents. Welcome back to another webinar. So today we have a very exciting webinar with Collette, which I'm sure many of you guys are familiar with. And again, my name is Cindy, and I'll be your host for today. So before we get started, I just want to go over some housekeeping rules. If you have any questions, please leave it in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen, and Ken and I will get to it at the end of the webinar. We also have an amazing prize today, which is a $500 travel voucher. So make sure you stay all the way till the end of the webinar to qualify, and the winner will be drawn offline, and I'll email the winner early next week for the prize. And with that being said, I want to introduce our lovely presenter, Ken. Hi, Ken. Thank you for being here with us today. How are you?
I'm well, thanks, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Well, do you want to just do a quick introduction about yourself?
Yeah, for sure. So, my name is Ken Doran. I am a strategic partnerships manager with Collette, previously an account manager. So, that's a recent change just to help kind of distinguish us between our local BDMs. And I've been with Collette for just over 2 years now, working in travel just under 10 years. And I love what I do. I love travel. I love all aspects of travel. And I'm excited to talk to you about Collette today.
That's amazing. Well, I'm sure the agents are very excited to hear what you have to say. So please go right ahead.
All right, let's jump in. So I'm going to be going through a couple of items today. Some should be new for you guys, some might be a little bit of a repeat, but I want to make sure we're set up for success because we have some exciting things happening this year and into next year as well. So I'll start off by running through our current promotion, Colette's Premium Experience, our new advisor tools and resources, and I've sprinkled in a couple of videos with some tutorials as well. So if you haven't been in your advisor portal yet, or you're not familiar with some of those tools, hopefully this can help you get your foot in the door. And of course, if you have any questions or if you bump into issues, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always happy to help. This is our sales team at a glance. So feel free if you are new to Collette or if you're unfamiliar with who your local BDM is, please feel free to take a screenshot. I'll also circulate this afterwards so you know who to go to. And if you're not sure who to go to, feel free to reach out to me and I'll get you to the right place. I've also included our group booking support and retail booking support numbers, as well as our web support numbers as well. So again, if you're not sure who to go to, feel free to come to me and I'll get you to the right place. So that's our team at a glance, handling all of Canada for Collette. So a little bit of a quick slide on distinguishing the difference between myself. So I'm your strategic partnerships manager, and then you also have a local BDM. So I threw this slide on here just to make you aware of some of our different responsibilities so you can have some clarity on who you might need to go to for what. So in my position, I manage the growth of our accounts in general across Canada. So I'm doing a lot of engagement with at-home advisors. I do a lot of virtual trainings, webinars, interviews, things like this. And I do a lot of collaborating with our local BDMs across Canada, as well as our marketing team. So you can think of me as an additional layer of support in addition to your BDM. Your BDM is your local main point of contact. So they're the ones on the ground, hitting the pavement. They're doing consumer shows, in-person trainings. They do visits to brick and mortar locations as well. So your main point of contact is your local BDM. And then you have myself as an additional layer of support. They're on the road Monday to Thursday, so they're busy people. If you can't get a hold of them, please don't be shy. You can reach out to me anytime. Now, we did a quick intro at the beginning, but just once again, my name is Ken Doran and I'm your strategic partnership manager. I am based in Toronto, and my partner Juan works in travel as well. He's a flight attendant with WestJet. And this is our 10 and a bit year old Rottweiler German Shepherd mix. And he's probably the laziest, sweetest dog you'd ever see, but you wouldn't know it looking at him. A lot of people are afraid of him actually, but he's just having a nap over there. Some of my favorite travel destinations are Colombia, Antarctica, and Japan, to name a few. On to our sales. So we are running a sale right now. So from August 25th to September 26th, and this applies for travel throughout 2026. So the idea here is that it is a tiered offer, and I'll show that on the next slide. So feel free to take a screenshot. I do have this slide as well at the end, so it'll just remind you of the codes that you need to use. But returning travelers will get even more exclusive savings, making this the perfect time to reach out to them. So, and we're going to talk about how you can use our marketing resources and tools to do that effectively, hopefully. So we do have two different discount codes. One is for new travelers, which is Hello 2026, and then Hello Again for anyone that is a past traveler, because they do get some additional savings. So this is a chance to save big. Obviously, this is a tiered stackable offer. So basically, the more they book with us, the more they're going to save. So that includes land, air extensions, elite air, etc., making this a really great opportunity to re-engage with some past travelers. And they can also take advantage of their loyalty credits. So this next quick video is a tutorial on how to find that. So if you're not on our advisor portal yet, I do recommend you register for our portal. You can find that in the footer of our website, and I'm going to show you that in a little bit. But this tutorial will show you how to find your past travelers' loyalty credits.
First, you want to navigate to gocollette.com and scroll to the bottom to find the link to the Travel Advisor portal found in the footer of the website. From here, you'll be brought to a landing page where you could either log in using your existing credentials, or you can create a new account. Once you're logged in, you're going to be brought to a page that looks like this. Simply scroll down where you can access all kinds of resources and tools, including upcoming virtual events, Collette University, marketing resources, the Travel Advisor Network, and you can also order brochures. You're going to want to hit login on My Collette, which will give you access to your reservation data. This will bring you to a page that looks like this, where you can view your groups, individual bookings, completed tours, and a whole bunch more. So this is a great location to find all your traveler history and bookings. If you hit travelers found at the top, it'll bring you to a page similar to this, where you can see all your past travelers' loyalty credit, which is a great starting point to contact your travelers and make them aware of this upcoming sale so they can make their bookings for 2026.
Right on. And then before I get into our Colette's premium experience, I just wanted to mention that I do a lot of video editing and tutorials and things like that, and trainings for travel advisors. So if you're ever looking to get some additional support to train, say your at-home advisors or ICs, I'm always happy to do that and run through any of our platforms or tools to help people navigate that. I know that there's a lot of noise in the industry and there's a lot of technology changes. So if anyone's stumped, please don't be shy. I love this stuff, and I'm always happy to do quick tutorials like this to make sure that you're set up for success. So just use me as a resource wherever you can. And now on to Colette's premium experience. So for those of you that are new, or maybe you just need a little bit of a refresher, I do have another video that highlights Colette's premium experience. And I think it does a really good job highlighting where we stand in the marketplace and how to position Collette. And again, a lot has changed in the guided travel space, which I also learned from personal experience traveling with Collette. And I think this next short video does a really good job dispelling some of the myths around guided travel. So here it is.
Like many other industries, the guided touring space is evolving. And like other industries, there are leaders of that evolution, and then there's the rest. As you'll see, Collette is leading an evolution in touring that is critical to understand. But before diving into the details, let's first take a look at some of the pain points that are often associated with guided touring. These are the stereotypes of guided touring in a nutshell: inauthentic experiences, go pacing, and seeing a destination from the seat of a motor coach. The thing that's interesting about stereotypes is they're often rooted in some degree of truth. And the truth is, many tour operators bring these stereotypes to life every single day. At Collette, the primary focus of our product design philosophy has been to break these stereotypes. We've had to. Our travelers are demanding it. The result is Collette's premium experience. For years, guided travel has been limited to standard or luxury operators. We are offering an alternative. The Collette premium experience pairs industry-leading service with a distinctive and unmatched approach to product design. Our premium experience is rooted in breaking the stereotypes that most tour operators perpetuate, and superior service that is unrivaled in the guided travel space. When we say superior service, We mean a level of service travelers cannot get anywhere else. It is best exemplified by our industry-leading travel protection plan that allows travelers to cancel for any reason up until the day before their departure. When they cancel, they're refunded their original form of payment, never a voucher. Superior service also means a transportation package that sets the stage for a seamless journey. Private round-trip, home-to-airport chauffeur service means your trip starts right at your door. Our 24/7 emergency response team ensures that in the event of a crisis, the traveler is in the most trusted hands in the industry. Our travelers tell us all the time they felt confident knowing Colette's team of experts was there for them every step of the way. The Collette Premium experience also means a product that exceeds the unique and evolving needs of the modern traveler. With Collette, there's no middleman between our brand promise and the traveler's experience. We handcraft our tours because we wouldn't trust our traveler's experience to anyone else. Our travelers don't want a stereotypical group tour. That's why we spend the least amount of time on the road approach. It's why we prioritize opportunities to meaningfully engage with people and culture. It's why we minimize one-night stays in favor of more time to explore. Why we wake up in igloos, travel by Zodiac, and cook with locals. Why every day is new and different. The best service in the industry, the most curated product design philosophy, trust, expertise. We've been travelers since 1918, so we get it. That's the Collette Premium experience.
So I like to include that video because I think Diana does a really great job highlighting how we stand alone in the marketplace. So she covers a couple of things, just sort of as a recap, how we're industry-leading product development philosophy. So our tours are curated by in-destination teams. There are product designers. They're not third parties. We have full control over the quality, and I've been lucky enough to see this in action, to see changes being made on the fly, and it's incredible to see. It shows the level of care and how we try to achieve excellence on every tour. Our transportation package, which I'll get into a little more detail in a minute, where we include the airfare, private chauffeur service, and in-destination transfers, meaning all those logistics are completely taken care of for your client from the moment they leave their home till the moment they come home. So this is a really white glove service, and that's what people expect when they're going on a guided tour with Collette, and we live up to that promise, as she mentioned. That concierge level care from regionally based tour managers who are present the entire tour. So you have your tour manager with you. They're with you every step of the way. They're handling all the logistics, and they're happy to be with you. They're sharing stories. They're making sure that you're having a good time and that everyone is fully immersed in the experience. And I think that goes a long way because a tour manager really could make or break the experience as a whole. Cancel for any reason travel protection plan as well. So she mentioned that refunds are put back on the original form of payment. It's not a travel voucher. So something to keep top of mind when you're booking insurance for your travelers. Debt-free and financially stable. So we are in a position where we do take care of our community. We refunded over 250 million Canadian money back during the pandemic. So again, this wasn't future travel vouchers. This was cash put back into people's pockets, and we continue to remain financially stable today, which is very important. And then the highest percentage of guaranteed dates, which I will talk about a little bit as well. So at the point of launch, 20% or more are available, more than our competitors. So you can see all of this information on the website. Our inventory is live, and you can see all of those guaranteed departures online, which is awesome. Regarding the transportation package, so if you're paying attention to this segment, this is how you can maximize some of your commissions with Collette. So when travelers buy air and land with Collette, they do secure a private chauffeur service to and from the airport. That means total peace of mind for you and your traveler every step of the way. And then you combine that with our 24/7 emergency services. Travelers and advisors have total peace of mind. So they really are taken care of. And I think this is a fantastic way to make sure your clients arrive everywhere they need to be and on time, and you're less stressed out having to worry about it. So they're completely taken care of. And now that I've experienced the transportation package, I can never go back. It's just something I expect now when I'm traveling. So And then our industry leading travel protection plan. So we did mention this a couple of times now. So this policy is a cancel for any reason up to 24 hours before departure. And again, your clients will receive their full money back, not a future travel voucher, less the cost of the insurance. There's also no age limit and no medical questionnaire. So keep that in mind when you're looking to include insurance for your travelers. So again, by selling land, air, travel protection, of course, pre-post options, you really are maximizing on your commissions with us. And, it's the full package all together in one place. It really is a turnkey solution. Into some of the other finer print and other details of how Collette sets itself apart in the industry. So we mentioned our guaranteed departures. You could view these on the website, by the way. So if you go to the upper right corner and just search Italy, for example, you'll be brought to the tour page. At the top, hit the dates tab, and you can see every departure that is a guaranteed departure. So it's really easy. It's public to you to take a look at and take advantage of. More dates up front at the time of release. So again, our product team is literally releasing tours every day. I get notifications. So I do recommend checking the website often so that you find these dates as they're released online. You could also sign up for our newsletters and notifications. And another great place to find information and stay up to date on Collette is on our Travel Advisor Network, which is our private Facebook page for travel advisors. I have a QR code at the end if you're interested in joining that. Low hold times. So this is another thing I'm sure many of you have bumped into, with a whole bunch of suppliers and airlines and all these things. I'm very happy to say that our hold times are generally under 2 minutes long. Oftentimes when I call, someone picks up right away, which is really great. You're in touch with our client care team right away, and that way you're getting a solution as quickly as possible. You're not sitting there wasting time on hold. So, and then of course, as a reminder, you have your local BDM and myself in case you have any questions or if you need a resolution. We also pioneered choice on tour. So over 73% of our tours do have a choice on tour. These are included activities, and I'll get into the details of this in a couple slides, but these are included activities where your travelers can decide how they'd like to spend their day. So it just gives them a little bit more choice. It's less cookie cutter. Industry leading waiver. So I've talked about this already. So that's our cancel for any reason travel protection plan. Expertly curated tours. So again, we're not working with DMCs. Typically, these are designed by our in-destination product designers, which gives us more control and flexibility to make on-the-fly changes. And we're just about to enter our 108th year operating. So that's very exciting as well. Experiencing the evolution of guided. So again, Diana mentioned less time on the motor coach. You're spending more time with the locals. Think of those experiences that you can't necessarily Google. We're sort of breaking the mold. We ensure every day is new and different. So we want to ensure that there's also free time built into the experience. So every few days, there is free time. And of course, if you're looking to fill that time, our tour managers are always happy to give recommendations on activities or local restaurants that you may be interested in and checking out while you're having your free time. Meaningful engagement with locals. So again, these are activities centered around these culturally impactful experiences and culturally immersive meals, for example. Our travelers are well-traveled, we know this, and this is what they expect when they're on tour with us. So they want to be immersed in the destination wherever they may be. Designing experiences that spark happiness, understanding, learning, and discovery. Also a very important thing when you're traveling. So we want our travelers to have meaningful conversations, feel a sense of camaraderie, and feel comfortable asking their tour manager questions and just getting to know the locals and have interesting or even tough conversations so they can really immerse themselves and understand what it's like to live wherever they are traveling. Elevating local culture as prominently as the must-sees. So I think personally, this is really important. I think when I travel, I like to go to various shows and try different meals and things like that. It's not just a quick photo on Instagram, you're really immersed. So, you're enjoying maybe a home-hosted meal or you're trying a unique mode of transportation wherever you are. These are just a few examples that, I think are just ways to kind of break things up a little bit, but still be immersed in the local culture. And of course, we mentioned excellence. So simply put, if a tour isn't, performing or it's not achieving excellence, our product designers are pretty much immediately kicked in to take a look at why. Now, this next video I have coming up is a video that I stitched together with a colleague that kind of gives you an idea of what it's like to experience a Collette tour or the life in a day on a guided tour in case you haven't experienced it yourself.
If you or your clients haven't experienced guided touring, you may be wondering what to expect. While no 2 days on tour with Collette are exactly alike, we've outlined what an average day looks like. Every morning isn't an early start. Enjoy breakfast as you please. Breakfast is included daily on every tour in the hotel, so travelers can dine at their leisure. You'll likely see other travelers exchanging stories over coffee before heading out for the day's adventure. Enjoy transportation reimagined and get acquainted. After arriving in a new city the night before, it's time to get to know the lay of the land. Exclusively doing a city tour by motor coach is long gone for Collette. Expect neighborhood walking tours, tours by boat, public transit, and more. Sometimes the coach is a great way to show all the sights quickly, but it won't be the only way. Make connections the authentic way. After getting to know the city, it's time to get to know its people. Meet the people who make Venice's gondolas, visit a local market and enjoy a home-hosted meal, or indulge in an authentic cooking class. All across the world, we are building moments of connection into and throughout our tours. Enjoy leisure time during your time to explore. Ask your tour manager for recommendations. They'll have them. We look to build at least 3 hours of leisure time into every few days on tour. It allows travelers to explore confidently and do their own thing. Return, relax, and rejuvenate with more choice. You can often expect leisure time around a specific area, like a bustling market or plaza, with the motor coach returning travelers back to the hotel with time to prepare for dinner. Travelers don't have to take the return trip back to the hotel and can choose to get back on their own. Collette is reimagining dining experiences on tour. With more than half of dinners included on most of our tours, we seek to vary the dining experiences each night. Travelers love a home hosted dinner where they are welcomed into a local's home to enjoy a home cooked meal and meaningful conversations. Other dining experiences could include cooking classes, dinner cruises, local restaurants, and so much more. On a Collette tour, you can expect the perfect pacing. Because Collette prioritizes multi-night stays, you don't have to worry about packing up just as you've arrived. Explore the nightlife or rest up and dream of the adventures to come in a city you're just getting to know.
So there you have it. That just gives you an idea of what your average day might look like while you're on tour with us. So onto the product and the tours itself. So we do have over 170 tours worldwide spanning all 7 continents. So there really is something for everybody. And again, these are expertly designed by our product designers. I mentioned the tour managers. I think this is, again, another really important aspect when you're talking about guided travel. And a great tour manager really can make or break the trip. So, and having had experienced a couple of trips with Collette in various regions, I can personally say that the tour managers were outstanding. They're knowledgeable. They're social butterflies. They're also very emotionally intelligent as well, and they're of course passionate about their culture, which goes a long way. They want to make sure that everyone is learning as they go. They like to share their stories and aspects of their culture with travelers, and that's why people go on a Collette tour. And the tour managers really are outstanding. Everywhere I've gone, they've just set the bar higher and higher. So. Now, all of those tours are broken up into 5 travel styles. And so we do have our classic tours. Those are those bucket list destinations. We have our small group explorations for those looking for smaller, more intimate groups. We have our spotlight tours for those who prefer to unpack only once and do kind of a hub and spoke model in and out of a major city. We do our cruising and river cruising as well, and our faith-based tours. So, and next I'm going to dive into our suite of tools in a moment, but I did want to highlight that if you're looking to learn more about these next couple of slides, as well as the product itself, I do recommend you check out Collette University and complete the modules that are in there. They're really short, but it's a great way to do a deeper dive into those into the product itself. We mentioned meals, and we're just past lunchtime here, so I hope you're not too hungry. But when dining on tour with Collette, we do try to stay away from the chains, and unless it's logistically makes the most sense. Travelers can expect to enjoy culturally immersive meals and culinary experiences, such as home-hosted meals my favorite farm to table experiences, so you're, going with a local fisherman and collecting ingredients in Spain and you're making a paella together, or you're doing a cooking class, meeting locals, and, learning how to make traditional pasta, or eating at a local riad in Morocco to try their traditional dish tagine. So, other things include tasting menus and food tours and things like that. So it really is a culturally immersive experience, every step of the way with Collette, especially the meals, which is one of my favorite parts. Transportation reimagined. So we mentioned that we try to spend the most amount of time off the motor coach, and these are just some examples of the ways we do that. So we're using tuk-tuks in Bangkok, camels in Morocco, luxury yachts in Croatia, and our goal is to immerse our travelers. So we want them to feel like a local. We want them to have a sense of adventure and feel like they're living and breathing the day in life of somebody that is from that destination. And these are some really great fun ways, I should say, on how we do that. I mentioned choice on tour earlier, so we do have this available on over 73% of our tours, and you can see this on the tour pages on the website. And no competitor is doing it to this scale. So what this means is it's an included activity, and the traveler gets to choose what they'd like to do. So as a couple of examples that I have on the slide here, in Iceland, you may want to go to the famous Sky Lagoon, or if you're not interested in that, you may want to do the Perlin Center and go see the nature exhibits. So there's two very different activities that travelers can do, and they can decide how they want to do that. It's an included activity. And then the same goes for Costa Rica as another example. Maybe someone wants to do the butterfly sanctuary, or if they're an adventure seeker like me, they may want to do the zip lining. So it's totally up to them. And then it is worth mentioning that on some tours, we do allow travelers to do both for an additional fee for the second one that they'd like to do. On to the tools. All right, so we did launch a new suite of tools last year. So for anyone that's on this call that hasn't signed up for Collette University and our Travel Advisor portal, I really highly recommend you do so you could stay in the know on everything Collette, and so that you have access to the full suite of tools. I personally find them very useful in the aspects of my job and keeping in touch and keeping attuned with marketing resources and things like that. This is the way that I do it. So after this call, I do recommend you take a couple of minutes, 2 to 5 minutes, to register onto these platforms. So as a whole, the Travel Advisor portal is the hub. So it's your central location, your one-stop shop that connects you to all of these other aspects. So that includes Collette University. It's what it sounds like. So this is how you could get to know Collette. Sharpen your selling tools with quick self-paced learning modules. There are currently 9 modules that are all under 7 minutes, so they're very bite-sized, that make up our 101 training. And then we just added a new one highlighting the premium positioning. So again, I do recommend that you take the courses. Maybe you're on hold with somebody and you got some time to kill, you could crush them out very quickly. I just did it with my coffee every morning and I was done in a couple of days. And then you have My Collette, which is your central location for your reservation information. So this is kind of your place to access your book of business, right? So your commissions, your traveler history. I showed you a little tutorial earlier in this presentation that kind of navigated through that. So you could also send invoices through there and stay in touch with your travelers. So it really is a great way to access all your traveler history and your reservations. So get into the portal, do Collette University, and get into My Collette, and then you've got sort of that whole package. In addition to that, we do have our advisor resource guide. So a revision of that is releasing soon, but this is a library designed to help you learn more about Collette. It has product positioning, it has tour comparisons, it shows where we are in the marketplace. So this is a really great resource. You can view it as a PDF or order a free copy if you prefer the physical version as well. And then last but not least, we have our Travel Advisor Network, which is our private Facebook page for travel advisors, which is just a less formal way of keeping in touch with us or asking questions for myself or my peers or other travel advisors. It's a great way to just kind of stay in touch. So I have a QR code at the end that you can scan to get access to that. So for the Travel Advisor portal, again, this is your one-stop shop. So when you log in, it's going to kind of look like this. It'll have your local BDM's contact information. You can then access all the other things I just mentioned. So it'll kind of connect you to My Collette and your reservations information and commissions. It'll connect you to Collette University. You can order brochures through there and grab a whole bunch of marketing resources and so much more. So do check out the portal. It's found at the footer of the website. You just scroll to the bottom of the website, hit Travel Advisor portal and then log in or create an account. It'll just take a few minutes. If you do bump into any issues, please feel free to reach out to me and I'll make sure you get sorted out. My Collette again, so this is your location for reservation information. So this will have your group and individual bookings. You can access your flight schedules, personal planning calendars. You could send invoices directly to your clients and view their past loyalties. So this is where you want to be to stay kind of in the know of all that's going on with your reservations themselves. The advisor resource guide. So I mentioned this already. This is what it looks like. This is product positioning, tour comparisons, and how to position guided travel and Collette as a whole. So this is a really great resource to stay kind of in tune with all those different sales tools. And so I do recommend you pick up a copy. All right, on to some of the fun stuff. So for Collette University, again, these are self-paced learning modules. They're bite-sized. They're very quick and easy. It's a deeper dive of kind of all the things I've talked about today. But the reason I'm bringing this up, because many of you may not know that you do get access to our specialist pricing. So this was launched earlier this year and has been very successful. By completing Collette University, you will then get access to 150 a night Canadian pricing. This is also a fantastic way to travel with a companion because they get the same rate. So if you haven't experienced guided travel or if you haven't experienced Collette, this is a really fantastic way of doing so. And it'll just help you sell better because you've experienced the product, and I can attest to that personally as well. So we do have a wide variety of tours, and inventory posted on the landing page. And that's constantly being updated right now and expected to extend. So do take a look at that program if you're interested in trying our experience. They're not FAMs or anything like that. It is like the true Collette tour. And this is, again, a fantastic way to experience it. It's a better discount than I get. So go in my place, please, and let me know how it goes. And then if you don't see a tour on there or a departure date that tickles your fancy, or it's just not part of that program, we always have available for you our Travel Advisor Reward Program, which is another great way to travel with us. We start Travel Advisors at 50% off and 25% off for a traveling companion. And then the more you sell, the more this scales. So this is another really great way to experience Collette at a discounted rate. For your travelers themselves, we do have our Passport Club. So there's 2 tiers to this program. This is their loyalty that I spoke about earlier. And again, kind of referencing back to the sale, this is a really great way to let travelers know where they stand so far as their past loyalty credit to hopefully they can take advantage of the sale and do some travel in 2026. So travelers will receive 5% loyalty credit on their next tour that's completed within 24 months. So that's part of level 1. And then another part to level 1 is they'll receive a 3% credit for tours completed within 25 to 36 months. For level 2, they get those credits and then an additional $100 in credit. So again, that's 5% within 24 months of their first tour, 3% within for their next tour within 25 to 36 months. And then lastly, the level 2, they get those credits as well as $100 off. Making the most of our website. So these are a couple of features that I think often get overlooked, but they could be very useful when you're chatting with your clients. So the first one is a lot of people don't know, but you can compare our tours kind of like cell phone plans. So if you were to search Italy, there's obviously a handful of tours in there, but you can now hit compare and then just select up to 3 of them to compare them kind of like a cell phone plan. So it shows you, how many days you have, what are the accommodations, the activity level, the cost, all of that stuff, some of the highlights, destinations, etc. And then you can export this. So if someone's interested in a tour and they really don't know if they want to do explorations or a classic, or they're just totally overwhelmed and they need some direction, this is a really fantastic tool that, again, gets overlooked a lot. Hot deals, another thing that's overlooked. So aside from the sale, we always have deals posted. So there's a tab found at the top of the screen, says deals, and then it'll take you to a page that has all of our upcoming deals for various departures. It also has a map. So if you have a client that's just interested in doing an African safari, they want to do, a small group explorations, they want to do Kenya, Tanzania, or whatever, hit Africa and it'll show you every departure that has discounts, and they're in the hundreds. So this is a really great way to stack on some savings. Rallyo. Okay, so for those of you who aren't familiar, I did want to talk about a couple of marketing tools. This one is relatively new to Collette. So if you're not familiar with Rallyo, this is a free tool that advisors can use to basically make their social media like a set it and forget it kind of situation. I'm currently doing a little bit of testing on my LinkedIn right now. So shameless plug, if you want to see how that works, feel free to add me on LinkedIn. And you'll see how I'm posting the Collette social tiles and things like that using Rallyo. And it really is a set it and forget it, which is really nice. It just helps you save tons of time, and it's free. In addition to Rallyo, we also have a service called Collette Connection, which, if you're watching this today, I think it's a really great time to get in touch with your travelers using Collette Connection as sort of a money-making exercise. So what that is it's you can enter your client's information and send free brochures. There's a couple examples on the slide here that'll go right to your client's home. It includes a custom letterhead, so you can type in whatever you would like you could put your contact information or your agency's information with a call to action, and it will arrive at your client's home within 7 business days, just to kind of plant the seed. So if you know they're interested in Italy, why not spend a minute just filling out their address and sending them a lookbook like this to just sort of plant the seed? And then I'd recommend following up with them, in maybe 5 days or so. Give them a call and say, hey, we sent you those brochures. Did you get them? Did any tours tickle your fancy? And then you can take a look at some of the maybe guaranteed departures or take advantage of the sale. This next tutorial that I'm going to show you is a very quick tutorial on how to sign up for Rallyo, like how to register as a travel advisor and how to create your first post. So just keep an eye on how long. I think the video is about 1.5 to 2 minutes. And that is literally how quickly it took me to schedule a post rather across all my social platforms. So it makes it very easy and it takes off some of that burden off of you so you can focus on selling. So please enjoy.
Today, I'm going to be running through a very quick tutorial on how to get set up on Rallyo to totally transform your social media feed. So let's jump right in. To create a new travel advisor account with Rallyo, you'll want to navigate to traveladvisors.rallyo.com. Hit the Get Started Today button. You'll get a pop-up and just enter in your business information to get started. Once you're logged in, you should be taken to a page that looks like this, and you'll probably be prompted to log into your social media platforms to connect them. If that doesn't happen, or if you close the window too quickly, just hit the video tutorials section on the left-hand side, and Rallyo has some great tutorials to make sure that you're set up for success. If you scroll down just a little bit, you'll find a video tutorial on how to connect your social pages. The important thing to remember here is that if you're connecting Facebook, for example, it does need to be a business account. It cannot be a personal page. Now, if you navigate to the left-hand side, just hit Content and hit Feed. You'll see a list of suppliers where you can just toggle Collette on, and this will make sure that our pre-curated posts are showing up as options for you to share onto your platforms. Next up, just hit Posts at the top, and you'll see all the different options here. You can simply click View, and you can see the content here and the images that are going to be posted. Scroll down to the bottom and hit Schedule. This is where you can schedule the day and time of the post. Once complete, you can hit the Calendar tab found at the top, and you'll see every post, which platform they're being posted on, and what day and time.
So there you have it. Within about a minute and a half, you could post, across all your platforms. I think social media, is a really great way to market yourself and to promote, our tours, for example. And this just makes it so much easier. You're not having to upload and copy and paste and go into ChatGPT and all of that. It's our marketing team curates them, publishes them within Rallyo, and then you just pick the one that you want and pick a date and a platform, and away it goes. So it really is that easy. I couldn't recommend it more. It's a great resource, and our team is constantly updating this. So please take advantage of that to promote yourself and our tours. Speaking of our tours, so we do have a handful of new tours coming up in 2026. This is just a little teaser for you. We do see a lot of small group exploration tours being sort of the hottest category in amongst Canadian travelers, especially. They prefer the smaller groups. You know, it's more intimate, it's more focused on the local culture and culinary experiences, and that continues to be a trend going forward. So I do like to highlight that. And then so far as destinations amongst travelers, and I'm sure many of you could resonate with this, we're seeing a lot of Africa, especially safaris. Asia, Japan is very hot, and of course, Australia. So easy to remember, three A's: Africa, Asia, Australia continue to be top trending destinations for us amongst Canadian travelers. I did also want to mention another little shameless plug here that our 2026 and 2027 brochures will be available September 22nd onwards. So this is a perfect time to, make sure you're in the know with Collette. Get on the TAN, which the QR code's coming up in a few slides. Register for the portal, take your Collette University, and then order your brochure so that you're staying in the know of what's going on next year. If you prefer to do a virtual event, we have two upcoming virtual events. The first is the Gems of Greece on sorry, that one's already done. August 28th. So that one will already be published on the website. You could view that also in the Travel Advisor portal. And then September 25th at 1 p.m., we'll be going through the new tours. So if you're interested in learning about the new tours, check that one out. I couldn't recommend it more. And if you can't make that date, you can, of course, view the recordings and access them all through the Travel Advisor portal. So a really great way to just go through all the new tours and stay in the know of what's happening with Collette next year. Here is the QR code for our Travel Advisor Network. So again, this is our private Facebook page. We would love to have you. I do post a lot of tutorials on there and marketing tips and sales tips. And of course, we include our sales kits for any sales that are going on and things like that. And a lot of advisors are super engaged on there. They'll ask us questions or bounce ideas off each other. So I do recommend if you're on Facebook to scan the QR code and get social with us. And then I promised I would come back to the sales slide. So in case anyone didn't get a second to take the QR codes, the codes down, hello 2026 for new travelers, hello again for past travelers. And that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, Ken, for that very, very informational webinar. That was amazing. I love how Collette offers different styles for tours. So there's something for everyone.
For sure. Thanks.
Of course. Okay, let's jump into the questions. So we have Candice here. Candice wants to know, is there a time limit on how long ago the traveler has traveled to get the past guest discount code?
No.
Awesome. Nice and easy. No.
Easy.
All right. We have Catherine. Catherine wants to know, is the promotions for Canada the same for US?
The promotion? Yes, it's the same.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it's the same. I believe it's the same discount codes, and it's for retail bookings. I should mention that too.
Perfect. We have Bridget here. Bridget is asking about, can customers select airfare and routing? And if they can, will the travel agents be able to help them transfer from airport to hotel through Collette still?
From airport to airport, as in they want to transfer from
Sorry, airport to hotel.
airport to, sorry, maybe I misheard that. Yes, we can help with those things, but at the time of booking, I would definitely suggest mentioning that if you're going through client care, mention what you're trying to achieve so they can help with that. And sorry, what was the first part to that question?
The first part was, can customers select their own airfare and routing?
Yeah, so same thing. So when you're discussing air with Collette, and say you have like a specific route in mind, or you want to make sure, we will always let's put it this way, we would always prioritize no stops, and flexible airfare. So those will be the two things that we're prioritizing. But if you go on, say, Google Flights or something, and you say, my client wants this one, just make us aware of that. So when we're shopping through RightRes, they're aware of that from the get-go and they know what you're looking for. Yeah. Good
Awesome.
question.
All right. Catherine wants to know, I guess this is about the itinerary. Does Collect provide any e-documents or paper documents for the travelers?
Love that question. Yes. So we still do. I wish I had it with me right now. We do have a little like travel pouch that we send right to your clients. It includes a little name tag. It includes all of their travel documents, recommendations, all of that type of stuff. It is typically sent, I believe, 3 to 4 weeks prior to their departure. So just keep that in mind. And then some advisors prefer they get all of them. Say they're doing a group, they want all of them to arrive at their agency and they're going to do maybe a dock party or something like that. Just let us know which you prefer. But I believe the default is send it right to your client. But yes, they do get physical copies of their documents.
Great. All right, we also have a question here. When booking air with Collette, is it bulk or published? I'm not sure if you know what that means. I'm not sure what that means yet.
So maybe it's referring to the way we allocate groups hypothetically. So we do get a block space for groups. That would best be discussed with your group specialist if that's what you're talking about. So we do assign a group specialist, and then if you're looking to include airfare for that group, we would block it as a group, if that answers that.
Awesome. Well, that is all the questions we have. We have a few comments here. Collette loves to receive physical documents. Loving the Rallyo website. So easy.
Awesome. Perfect.
Great.
Same.
We have another comment here. The deal tab is a great feature.
Awesome. Love it. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know about it until like a year in. I was so embarrassed and I'm like, oh, this has been here this whole time. I think probably a lot of people overlook it. So stay in the know, click the deals tab. Don't be me.
Awesome. Well, that is it for today. Ken, do you have any last minute words for the agents?
No, that is pretty much it. I wanted to, hope everyone had an amazing summer. I know, I mean, at least in Toronto, it's a little gloomy today, but I hope you guys all had an awesome summer. Thank you for your support. Thank you for joining this call, and thank you guys for hosting. It's always a pleasure.
Yes, of course. And of course, thank you. This was amazing, great, very informational. And thank you, travel agents, for being here today. And again, the winner for the giveaway will be announced next week. And I'll also follow up with an email with cancer information and all the other BDM's information as well. And with that being said, thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.